There are a number of things that I could share with you about what has come out of our partnership over the years, but in the brief time that I have this morning, I'll just touch upon a couple of key learnings and the educational impact of our partnership, as well as touch upon a few unique new things that we started as part of the partnership that then became institutionalized at SEO. So starting off with lessons learned. One of the most important things students learn after the pre-college experience is the importance of self-advocacy. We work with students from the 9th grade through college graduation. So while they're in high school, and actually even when they're in college, we do a lot of chasing. We did a lot of pushing of our students. We do a lot of follow-up with our students. But we also teach them how to be advocates for themselves. But they don't really get what that means until they set foot on campus, when they really have to identify for themselves what their needs are. We're not there to tell them what their needs are. They have to identify for themselves what their needs are, and then find the resources to help them with those needs. So they learn very quickly what the different on-campus resources are, identifying them and what the value add is for them. They learn the importance of making friends with people who look very different from them, dress very differently, have very different opinions. They had to learn that when they came into the scholars program, but they of course have to learn that again every time they go to a new environment. And so that really strikes them every summer when they go to the pre-college program. And then connecting themselves with students who propel them forward rather than push them back. Then sometimes it's easier to find those students to complain with and push them back, but they learn very quickly to find those students who will push them forward. And then the last lesson I'll just point out is the value of a small campus and the level of attention they can get from professors when teaching is the focus rather than research. So once they fully believe and embrace that they truly are valued and that they belong and that they have every right to advocate for themselves and get those resources, there really is nothing stopping them. Students also return with a broader understanding of the value of a liberal arts education. I think most students, or many students I should say, think language arts is liberal arts and liberal arts is language arts. They're kind of the same thing. But through the pre-college experience at Skidmore, they learn that that is not the case. They learn the importance of writing, really sharp, sophisticated writing that permeates everything that you do when you're on campus. They understand the level of literary analysis and argumentative skills that they need. It's not just sharing opinions, which they have many. It's actually creating very sound arguments that's very important at a liberal arts institution. The importance of building upon others' ideas. Really, again, talking to students who have different perspectives so that they broaden their understanding of the world. So, they go into the pre-college program all really proud and excited because they know everything, and then, of course, they come back realizing they actually don't know that much. We partner with other pre-college programs. All of our students are with us for 2 summer academies first, so it's 5 weeks of summer school, and then their 3rd summer they're with us. All of them participate in some sort of summer enrichment program experience, so that's summer between junior and senior year. So we do partner with other pre-college programs, but there are a few unique elements of the partnership that I'd like to highlight for you. So all of our students they can elect a humanities, social, or natural science course, but all of them must take a writing seminar. So that's very unique to our pre-college partnership, the focus on writing. And there's no other pre-college program that we place students in has such a robust and intentional writing program, and that begins with a proper placement into the best level of writing seminar for students based off of a diagnostic test. They take about a month or so before the programs start. And also not only the existence of, but the sort of Writing Center virus that's on campus. It's not just Skidmore opening up the Writing Center over the summer. It's everyone really supporting and expecting active involvement in the Writing Center. So professors asking students if they've been to the Writing Center after a particular writing assignment. Students asking each other. And so the culture is the Writing Center is so much a part of the culture at the pre-college program at Skidmore. So much so that when students come back from that experience, they talk about the Writing Center like no other students from other pre-college programs. And so that is something that we really do value. And so coupled with the academic advisors that are on campus and the near-peered mentors that are paid, the students really feel the campus-wide commitment, 100% commitment to their academic success. And then students also really understand just the importance of writing across whatever field of study that they choose to focus on once they're in college. Now, just a few things that were new, inventive type of elements that we started as part of the T-Goal partnership with Skidmore that have now become institutional, starting with mentorship. We've been lucky enough, again, thank you to T-Goal, to partner with Skidmore since 2009. So that means starting in 2010, we had seniors that we could match up with juniors who were about to attend the pre-college program experience. So we matched them up, we had them talk about their own personal experience of being, acclimating themselves to the culture and the environment at Skidmore and the level of instruction to answer any questions that students may have and to allay their concerns. And it worked so well in preparing our students for the pre-college experience at Skidmore that we adopted that element. And so all of our juniors, regardless of what summer enrichment program they choose to attend, we match them up with a mentor. Even when students are only attending a program on their own, we match them up with other students who are attending similar or who attended rather similar types of experience so they can talk to a student. Because as the adults in the room, sometimes they stop listening to us because we're become like the parent, and when you're students will listen to the parents. And so the more that we can involve their own peers in the program, the more effective we find that our programming tends to be. Next, post-program essays. And so all of our students have been writing reflection essays after their pre-college experience, talking about what they learned about themselves as people, what they learned about themselves as learners. And it worked, again, so well in preparing them for their college work that we now have all of our students, regardless of what summer enrichment program experience they participate in, that they are writing a reflective essay. So there's this collective group reflection period before they start their senior year of high school and before they start their college admissions work, because the more they know about themselves, the more successful the college match process is. And then finally, a writing seminar. So early on, we started through the grant offering an English lecture taught by Skidmore professors to all of our 12th grade students in the spring semester, because we wanted all of our students, before they went off to college, to get a sense of what a college level English lecture would be. So not just the 10 or 12 students who attended Skidmore the previous summer, but for all of our students. And that then turned into a 3-month writing seminar where we have students reading selections from Josh Aronson, Paul Tuff, Roxanne Gay, among others, and really having students unpack these readings and these perspectives on identity, on culture, and college adjustment, and then we actually have them write an analytical paper. So that is really the final element in on our program that then so nicely transitions students to the College Scholars part of our program when they become fully matriculated students. And with that, I'll pass it over to my colleague Michelle, who will talk about how the T-Goal funded partnership has allowed the college to create a more robust pre-college experience.
Thank you, Millie. As you may have seen from the video, our program at Skidmore for pre-college students sees far beyond the 5 weeks the students are with us in the summer. Instead, we strive to create an experience that will allow students to not only prepare for college success, but build themselves up for their future lives beyond college and the college experience. And we do that in a number of ways that I'll touch upon some of the highlights of with our brief time together here. One of those ways that we serve the very diverse backgrounds that students are coming to our program within the summer is by thinking very intentionally about the residential staff that we are hiring during the summer to support the students. Millie, could you click on that? Thank you. In terms of the staff that we are hiring, we are looking very intentionally at the experience and the training that our staff are bringing to their work with students, in terms of being able to support the students in both academic support ways, as well as growing individuals who are here with us for 5 weeks, and what is the kind of community that we aspire to build together for those 5 weeks. I always start out our program asking the students to think about who we are as citizens of this community, and whether we're together for 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 weeks, or 5 years, we are all citizens of a community that we're sharing together. And who do we want to be together? Who do we aspire to be? Instead of telling the students who we want them to be, we want them to start thinking about their ownership in this experience together. So we're asking that of our staff as well. And we're looking at our staff in terms of the breadth of experience that they're bringing to this, so that every student can find in the staff mentors who are undergraduate students of Skidmore, as well as a adult head resident, that they can see something in someone else that resonates with them, that they might have a kinship with. And also aspects of people that they have never experienced before, their perspectives, their backgrounds, that they can then be inspired by or curious about, and ask more information from that individual and that mentor throughout the 5 weeks. We also are very intentional about the training that we provide to our residential staff. The staff is essential to the experience of the students, not only academically, but in terms of feeling that they have a solid foundation of acceptance, of inclusion, of value during these 5 weeks, so that when they're experiencing difficult times with transitioning from high school academics to college academics, from living with their parents and having oversight, or whatever background that they're coming from, they're all of a sudden now living independently, making decisions, trying to learn how to time manage, learning how to advocate for themselves in the college classroom. They have a foundation to go back to in that residential hall that is supportive, that is non-judgmental, that is caring, that is meeting their needs in whatever those needs are. And so we offer extensive training in intergroup relations, in mediation strategies, in active listening, in conflict resolution, all the ways that our staff can be trained to then support those students wherever we are going to be meeting them. We also are bringing in experts in the field, so that we are providing expertise to our staff so that they have all the tools as best we can offer them during those 5 weeks of the program. In terms of the support that we're providing to students, we think very intentionally about the experience outside of the classroom as well as inside of the classroom. In terms of workshops that we offer during the student orientation, we try to give an immediate foundation for students to feel that they can express themselves and that they know how to have dialogue with one another, with people that they've never met from across the country and around the world, with perspectives that are very different from them. So we start off with an improvisational community building workshop that is led by improv professionals, and it helps to really break down the walls and really we're all thrown in together, and we need to start having dialogues. We need to be open. We need to have curiosity about one another and about the experience that we're about to embark on. And it brings all of us together on the staff and the students, and it helps them to create a sense of ease with people that they've never met before, and to really create a foundation of play, of having some fun, but also doing serious work of building community and building self-awareness and awareness of and respect for difference. We also then create programming throughout the 5 weeks of the program that is residential staff led, where we're providing activities for students to explore different aspects of themselves and each other and perspectives that help them to navigate the residential hall environment and also the campus community. We're also offering an optional community service project during the summer, and we feel that that allows students to be embedded in our local community in a way that sometimes being on the campus doesn't allow. It also allows students to work together on behalf of others and to take pride in the job well done after a morning of cleaning a trail or working in a soup kitchen, and hopefully inspiring students to embrace volunteerism throughout their lives. The way that this work intersects with the institution are manifold. Primarily with the faculty that we're working with in the summer. We offer a teaching in the diverse classroom workshop and continued lunch opportunities for our faculty in the summer. And those faculty then are offered support in working in a classroom setting where there is a very diverse preparation background, from the age range to socioeconomic background to ethnic and racial differences to high school and college students being together in a classroom setting, and that can be a very challenging environment for faculty. So we offer a support system for them so that they have a community of teachers, that they can share best practices, that they can mentor one another for more seasoned faculty and new faculty. And in turn, those summer faculty who are returning to the classroom in the academic year then bring those best practices and awarenesses to bear on their academic year classroom as well. We also offer mentoring opportunities, as Millie alluded to, from the residential staff to the writing center tutors and peer academic tutors, but also to the college students who are in the class with the pre-college students, and they're afforded the opportunity to work with high school students in their class to help them acclimate, to be mentors to them academically. And we hear back from the college students that that really is a very meaningful experience for them. There's also the dissemination of best practices among our colleagues at the college. For instance, our Higher Educational Opportunity Program also has a summer academic institute, and we often share information about the students that often have similar backgrounds in the pre-college program as well as their student programming. And also the institutional models that support students' success at all levels. We are reaching out always with our colleagues in admissions and talking about the experiences that the students are having as high school students on a college campus. About 50% of the pre-college students in our program will apply to Skidmore as undergraduate students, and those students have a proven college track record when they're applying to the college and any other institution that they apply to. And when they do enroll at Skidmore or other colleges, they are then able to hit the ground running in a way that is very powerful and makes a big difference to them when they start their college career.
And just to end on a short personal note, whereas many students have opportunities for rich summer experiences starting in elementary school, SEO scholars do not. And so for most of the students, that pre-college experience, that one summer before senior year, is really the first time they've ever left the city for such an extended period of time, and it was all about their personal growth and enrichment. So it's truly, truly a transformative experience. It's not just a 5-week program because, oh, I've done these all the time. They've never done this, and they really come back feeling energized, feeling more confident in themselves as people, and of course as students, and they really come back with the sense that they really do belong on a college campus, and that is just an extraordinary feeling that students come back with, and it carries them well beyond the 5 weeks. It's just amazing, and we often know that students, people remember not so much what they're taught, what we teach them, but how we make them feel, and just the collective effort and attention that Skidmore provides for our students makes them feel very, very good about themselves and very, very confident. And again, I'm going to say a sense of belonging because that's so important. And we know from our own experience and our work with our students once they're in college, whatever college they choose to attend, they start to doubt that again. Do I really belong here? Does the school really want me? Am I able to ask the professor something during their office hours? If any time that we can point them back to the pre-college experience and they remember that feeling, and then they can take it back to wherever it is in their current college. And then just a couple of student anecdotes. We had one student last summer who went to Skidmore dead set on just tech. He didn't really even know what that was, but he liked to write. And then after the pre-college experience at Skidmore, he applied to pretty much only liberal arts colleges and was accepted into Carleton College and will be matriculating in the fall. And then we had 2 Muslim girls who really had to fight for the right to attend the pre-college experience. They had very, very protective parents who expected them to only stay in the city, not only for the summer, but for the rest of their life. And so we did have to work with the families to make sure that they knew they'd be well taken care of. And so not only did they have a successful summer experience at Skidmore, they now will be fully matriculated students in the fall. So just on behalf of the SEO scholars and their families and the communities, I just want to thank TEGAL for the multi-year funding of our partnership.
Great. Thank you very much. Keep those up there so you can just hang them up. Invite up Pirana and Christy. Thank you.